Hello, my name is Saavedra. I am doing a passion project for my English 10 class. My passion project is basically people that are involved in Oklahoma's community. Today I have Arleth Melendez. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Arleth Melendez, and I am the former Reina Fiestas Patrias.
So, how did you really get involved in pageantry?
So my story is a little odd because for the Reina Fiestas Patrias title, it's not necessarily a pageant.
Mm-hmm.
So I was nominated by community leaders, and one time I got a message from one of the directors, and she said if I was interested. I said, of course I was interested. And then what happened after that? It was an interview, and then I had to send my resume. A few weeks later, they let me know that I got it.
So it's really just that simple with some pageants, right?
Yes.
It's basically, what do you think really helped you to get more involved?
I had great mentors from high school. I know one of them that you interviewed already is Luis, and he encouraged me to do this pageant as well.
What are some experience that you learn while being involved?
A lot of this pageantry stuff is networking. So you get invited to a lot of events, and that's where major networking happens. And something that I noticed was that in every event, it would be the same people again that you would meet.
Mm-hmm. From all the events you have attended, which would be your favorite?
My favorite would be Navidad en el Barrio, which is wrapping gifts, and which is a day where we give out those gifts to little kids. Last year we did over 1,000 gifts, so that was probably my favorite one.
What advice would you give to other people?
I would say to figure out who you really are and what you stand for.
Do you think that advice would apply to yourself as well?
Yes, 1,000%. I think in order for me to show confidence and figure out what I want to do with my passions, I had to really go back to my roots.
Mm-hmm. Where are your roots from? Like what part?
Yeah, so I was born in Chihuahua, Mexico, and then I came to the US when I was 9 years old.
How was that experience of coming over here?
It was very challenging, not knowing the language, getting bullied a lot, but nevertheless, I had a great family that supported me in whatever I wanted to do. So growing up, they were one of my biggest motivators to continue.
That's good. And what would you say that affected you in some way?
Um, I guess my confidence a lot, being told to speak English or that you're not good enough by either teachers and your peers. But like I said, going back to your roots and really figuring out by yourself on your own time, on your alone time, what you stand for is what really kept me going.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever did an event or planned an event? Or planned?
Yeah, so the Navidad en el Barrio
Mm-hmm.
was one of the events that I had to do along with Daisy and Juan Trujillo, which is actually coming up. We're actually in need of volunteers next week, and the event is approaching.
Oh, so yeah. So if you guys want to help volunteer, y'all know where to go with
Yes.
Arleth. And with that event, what have you learned during that event? Well, making it, helping with it. What did you learn?
A lot of management because we had to find the volunteers, make sure the volunteers got on time, make sure the gift wrapping got done. And on the actual day of the event was making sure things were done before people started arriving. And then during the event, making sure people were having fun.
So, do you enjoy school?
Yeah, I actually just graduated from college from the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma. It's a mouthful every time I have to say it, but I studied business administration, and I always knew I wanted to go to college. Um, Eventually, I want to get my master's degree and work in higher education. So I need that degree.
So, with the with this experience in that class, you have such a long life. in so much time, what do you hope to accomplish? Like, what is your end goal?
Yeah, so when people ask me what's the big dream that you have, I want to be like a dean of a university.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, I want to work in higher education just because of my
Mm-hmm.
experience during undergrad. I noticed that there was a lot of misinformation and just not enough knowledge about undocumented students.
Mm-hmm.
So, that experience as an undocumented person myself,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want other students to go through
Mm.
that.
See? Yeah, because I know there's like some unfair treatment between undocumented students with documented students. Like, what are your thoughts with that?
No, I agree. Half of the scholarships, probably more than half of the scholarships that my university offered, it required for you to have a social security number
Mm-hmm.
or at least some sort of residency, which I had neither. So even though I had all the qualifications, but the one piece of paper, the one number,
Mm-hmm.
I was automatically excluded from them.
Yeah. And with that, did it make your college life more difficult going to college?
It made it more interesting. So that was my first push into creating an organization myself on
Mm-hmm.
campus. That organization, I wanted to have students that walked there even after I long graduated, felt like home.
Mm-hmm.
So the United Hispanic Council, we aimed to show our Hispanic heritage as well as provide scholarships for undocumented students there.
So yeah. Do you hope that is still there after like 50 years or like even 100 years?
I hope so, I hope that it's sufficient enough to where kids want to get involved
Mm-hmm.
on their own time and put in that time to find those resources and that money and fundraise and have
Mm-hmm.
fun just like I did in undergrad.
So, what opportunities does Fiestas Patrias give you?
Oddly enough, because of networking is how I have my current job
Mm-hmm.
as a coach and also as a brand ambassador for Morelos and OG&E. I happened to meet Jorge at one of the events, and from there on, he just kept in touch with me and recommended me in different places. Yeah.
Do you have any places of recommendations where people can start getting involved?
I would say start volunteering, even getting involved if you have children at their school,
Mm-hmm.
at the food bank. Yeah.
So, do you have any last words before we end this podcast for today?
I just want to say thank you for having me. I had fun.
Thank you for helping me out.
Of course.
So, this would be my end of my second podcast. Thank you to Arleth for coming in today at very short notice.
Yeah.
Bye.